Being Amish, we can't do nothing. We better shut this down. You know, the fact that the bishop's wife saw all this, I'm like in deep trouble.
Not everybody wants to get a car. They want to have fun. And I got charged with a DUI. My mom's probably gonna cry.
It takes somebody with a lot of balls to get up and leave the Amish.
You know, when you leave, you're not going to be able to come home. You're going to be shunned.
I am fascinated by the outside world. Dear Sabrina, is it true that you're leaving the Mennonites? Turn from your wicked ways and repent before it's too late. They'll tell you you're going to hell.
Today I'm going to tell my grandpa I'm going to New York. I know he's going to be disappointed. A lot more. They don't want anything to do with me anymore. I mean, I just lost my family.
My first day in New York. Holy.
It's my first flight. I'm starting to get a little nervous.
I would never say that to somebody's face.
Wow.
I've always wondered what it would be to drive a car.
What's the call?
I want to go to New York because I've always dreamed of being a model.
Dang, you look hot.
I just need to find out who I really am.
And I want to wear what I want to wear, and I want to have fun.
I definitely want to get to know her a little bit better.
If I go to New York City, you know, and decide not to stay Amish, I'm gonna be on my own.
Party!
You guys want to act like sluts, go for it.
What are they trying to accuse me of now?
I hate drunk people with a passion.
Damn, leave me alone.
No idea what kind of people they were.
She can either grow up or go home.
I just want to go home.
At this point, I have no idea what's going on.
You're totally hot.
It was overwhelming. Ow. Gabe and Rebecca are shacking it up. Everything has changed.
I don't think it's right that a woman has to stand beneath a man. I think we should be equal. If I could ever meet a guy that would do my laundry, cook my meals, and like wash the dishes and like iron the clothes, I'd be in heaven. You could never ever get an Amish guy to do that. My grandpa, he locked all the doors and he put all the curtains down for fear that the neighbors would see him do dishes. My name is Rebecca. I am 20 years old. I'm from Punxsutawney, and I'm Amish. A lot of people have probably never seen like a real outhouse before. In the winter, you get to sit on a freezing cold seat, and that like really sucks. It's kind of gross, but there we are. There is the outhouse. The smell in the summer is like beyond horrible. Like, you have no idea. It's so hot and so smelly. So we're not allowed to have a car, not allowed to have a TV, not allowed to have a radio. We don't have electricity. Like, we're so used to not having stuff that we don't even think about it. We're not allowed to have phones in our house. So we have to phone out here on the edge of the property in case of emergencies and if we need a driver to go somewhere. And it's kind of dark in here. Let me turn the light on. This is a gas light, and we use these gas lights here. We don't like creep around in the dark like some creepy person. That's weird. This here is one of the coolest things that we have. It's like a china cabinet, and basically the Amish have like all their hopes and dreams in a cabinet like this. I have like so much more than this. My dreams would never fit in this. Leaving the Amish is jumping the fence. I'm looking to jump the fence. I just want to go out. I want to experience like everything.
That's what we do after work, you know, if we do have time. You know, we just get together and jump on a trampoline, chill out.
My name's Abe, and I'm from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
I started working when I was 15, dropped out of school early. Because I thought, that ain't gonna help you move a piece of wood or something, you know, education ain't gonna help you. I wish I could read a little bit better than what I do. Third or fourth grader can probably read 3 times better than I can. You know, because I just don't have an education. All right, come on into our house. This is the kitchen. And here's the stove. Runs off of natural gas. And this here is where we eat. And here's the living room. This here is my mom, Mary. And this here is my sister, Ella. And that's my brother, Andy. The last time I had fun was probably 2 years ago. So I'm going to New York. People don't realize, you know, you just can't, you know, get up and leave. It takes somebody with a lot of balls to get up and leave the Amish.
You know, when you leave, you're not going to be able to come home and eat with us again because you're going to be shunned.
When people get into trouble, they shun them. When you get shunned, people in the Amish community don't eat with you. They're not even allowed to go visit you. They kind of just push you back in a corner and say, okay, you're shunned. Here's your food, eat, and shut up.
I'm going to do everything in my power to try and stop you. You know what's going to happen. The same thing that happened to the bishop's daughter. You're just going to be like an outcast.
I'm Kate. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. When I was 9 years old, my dad got elected by the church to be a bishop. The bishop is the most important member of the church. So being the bishop's daughter, everybody kind of puts you on a pedestal and expects you to be perfect. Wherever I go in my community, everybody knows me. I don't know, I just feel like I'm always being watched. I'm always under surveillance. I can't be myself. Usually the Amish only go to school until they're in 8th grade, and then after that, we normally go to work. This is a one-room schoolhouse. All of our grades go together from grades 1 to 8. Normally there's in between 18 to 30 children that go to school together. Then there's usually one teacher up front for the entire schoolroom. And occasionally they'll have a helper, but most times it's only one teacher. So when you're in school, you're not supposed to slouch. You're supposed to have perfect posture. You're supposed to keep the back straight. And if you're listening to the teacher, you should have your arms crossed. You're supposed to be very well behaved when you're in school. I always loved school. I loved arithmetic. I loved rating, everything. I always wished I could have kept on going to school. I feel like there's something bigger and better out there. I've always dreamed of being a model. Like when I was a little kid, I came home and there were all these magazines in the mail and everything, and I just thought it'd be so much fun to put on makeup and dress up. You know, it's fun looking through them. It's fun dreaming. We're not supposed to have pictures taken of us because they think it's us being vain. I don't have any baby pictures of myself. I have no idea how I looked like when I was a little baby. I have no pictures of me growing up. I don't have any pictures of like my parents when they were younger. We have our own set of rules. We have a very strict dress code. We make all of our own clothes. They have to be made according to the church rules. It has to be the correct length. You can't have zippers on your dresses. Little things like the seams in the covering, they can't be too wide or too small. There's just little things like that. You would get in trouble if you do it wrong. The community is strict like that because they believe it's how they keep clean of all the evils of the world. My favorite part of the Amish is we all stick together. It's the best feeling in the world. When something bad happens, you always have people there to help you. I grew up in the country, and I've lived at the same place since I was born. And then one day, I got into trouble. I'm just gonna take a couple of dresses along. He just freaked out, and he's like, no, you just gotta go. You gotta get out. I'm gonna take my Bible along. I mean, I still believe in Christianity. All that my parents have taught me, I'm not leaving all that behind me. I'm taking that with me. So he kicked me out, and I really had no place to stay. So I decided to go to Florida because I didn't know where else to go. Some of my Amish friends lived down there. There was an Amish community down there. I just had no idea what I was getting into.
You know, I've been driving horse and buggy my entire life, and I've always wondered, you know, what it would be to drive a car. I mean, when you want to go somewhere with the car, you know, like a driver going 5 miles, you know, it takes a couple minutes, and with the horse and buggy, it might take half an hour. And it's ridiculous.
My name is Jeremiah, and I'm from Holmes County, Ohio, and I'm Amish.
I did think about driving a car ever since I was little.
Growing up, I was always, you know, sitting on the porch.
Just watched cars go past and drew pictures of them. There's 7 kids in the family. 5 of us are adopted, which I'm one of them. So I wasn't born Amish. This is the lawnmower here. Kind of hard work. We don't have the gas-powered motors or nothing. Some people have those, but this is what we got to put up with. Being Amish, like, we can't do nothing. Do everything the hard way. And first of all, you know, I was adopted, and I got kind of thrown into this Amish crap, and you know, it's not cool. I've always wondered, what would it be like if somebody else would have adopted me, you know, like some English person? I could drive a car, go out and do a lot more things. I'd have a lot more fun. My life wouldn't have to evolve around work and going slow all the time.
I want to go to New York, see all the huge buildings I heard about. I've never gone to the top of a tall building except for Silo.
I gotta be very careful because the bishop, you know, he lives right back there. I see his kids back there. He's the one that gets you in trouble and everything. He tells you, you know, what you can do and what you can't do. I'm so sick and tired of living behind, you know, right beside him because, you know, he watches every single move that I make. And it's really pissing me off, you know. It's like, we need privacy around here. My dad has a farm, and the farm's doing very good. So, you know, I'd be set for life, you know, as far as money and jobs and everything else. But if I go to New York City, you know, and decide not to stay Amish, I'm gonna be on my own.
Been in all my dreams, but they haven't all been bad. I've been thinking about the good times, honey, that we never had. Songs we never sung, flowers that never grew. Why should things be dark and gray when the sky is bright and blue?
Being with chickens day in and day out, you kind of get used to it after a while. They all look a little different, and they all have different mannerisms. They're kind of like people. Some are grouchy, some are friendly. I sing to them sometimes. They don't really talk back, they just cluck, so.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm Mennonite, and I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Being Mennonite is different than Amish. You're allowed to drive cars, and you're allowed to have electricity and modern conveniences. I really want to go to the big city because this is pretty much what I do. My dream is to figure out who I am as a person and not be defined by other people's viewpoints and ideals for my life. I have always had like these dreams of things I want to do. I want to sing. Like I really, really want to sing, and I can't share my singing with anyone because that's looked down on as showing off. My biological family is a Mennonite. I was adopted when I was a baby. My mother was Italian and my father was Puerto Rican. When I was younger, I got made fun of a lot for being adopted. I never really felt like I belonged in the Mennonite community. I tried so hard to live up to their expectations. I was the most miserable person, and I can't do it. I started to get hate mail when people found out that I wanted to leave the Mennonites. They wrote some very mean things to me. They're relentless, they don't understand. They'll do anything they can to stop me. I have some of the mail right here. Dear Sabrina, it is with grave concern I write you. Is it true that you're leaving the Mennonites? Whatever possessed you to do that? You are in danger of hellfire. For rebellion is the same as witchcraft in God's eyes. Turn from your wicked ways and repent before it's too late. Please heed this warning, praying for your soul. They'll tell you you're going to hell. And it's really hard because you want to love God. I'm really worried about going to New York because I know that there's really no turning back. When you're Mennonite and you leave the community, they don't shun you like the Amish. They turn their backs on you. They won't talk to you anymore because they're afraid. If they associate with you, then everyone else will think that they're going to hell. I'll lose a lot of my friends. If I sacrifice everything I have and then it doesn't work out, I have nothing.